Well, we're keeping tabs on your ag commodity trade here on a Tuesday because it feels like a Monday. There was no trade yesterday. And things are very quiet on the corn, or at least they have been. Let's take a look and see what the corn is doing right now. It is still that way. We have December corn. Well, now it made a big move. It's a penny and a quarter higher at 359 and a quarter. It was just a half cent higher just a couple of seconds ago. So that's about as good as it gets today for movement here, at least for the last couple hours. Let's take a look at our soybean trade right now and get you updated here with these quotes provided by Bar Chart. We now have November soybeans 2 3/4 cents higher. We're at 9.70 3/4, and it's well off its earlier low. Now we're at 9.71, so it's about 9 cents off our earlier low this morning. So it's rebounding a bit, and now we're 3 cents higher on the day. Now, if you look at our wheat market in Chicago, we have December currently trading 6 1/4 cents lower at 5.44 per bushel, well off its overnight high by about 7 cents at this point. Now, in the Kansas City market, on the hard red wheat, you have it down 4 1/4 cents on December at 4.68 1/4, and we're within a penny of our low of the day right now. Now, in the Minneapolis spring wheat trade, December is down 6 1/2 cents. We're at 5.36. Currently resting right on the low of the day. Now, in the cotton market, still a lot of pressure here. It's a little bit off its earlier low, but December is still down 115 points at 63.84 cents per pound. And in the canola market, well, we were just talking a little bit ago with Sean Haney about conditions in Canada, and look at the prices on canola today. November up $7.90. This is per metric ton in Canadian currency, and it's priced at $5.1160 per ton right now. Let's go to the phone and welcome Brian Hoops, and let's talk about all this right now. So let's start with the corn market, which is pretty flat. And Tim Ross had a radar screen up here, and I believe we can maybe bring that up here, talking about all the moisture. There it is. All the moisture moving through Nebraska and into Iowa and northern Illinois and everything. A lot of snow in Wyoming and Colorado. Now, what's interesting about this is, Brian, you have offices all over the western Corn Belt and the Plains area there. And I just wondered, I've been hearing quite a few stories about combines starting to hit the fields, starting some early harvest of corn. This is not necessarily going to help in that regard now. Is this just a little too late? Is this going to exacerbate the situation?
Yeah, good morning, Marlon. Yeah, the moisture for this time of year for the corn market is not going to help out the corn crop at all. It's just way too late. You really don't want snow or rain, in fact, on that stock. The soybeans, it could help out some. You know, some of these later planted beans haven't had much of a drink, and it will help out their pod still, but it's so late in the year to really help this corn crop out. The biggest fear, I think, out of this forecast was cold temperatures that would maybe result in a frost that would kill the growing season, or end the growing season, especially for soybeans, or if they were later planted, they need that full maturity. So, you know, if we don't freeze, it doesn't look like it will, and we can get a little bit of moisture, that I think adds a little bit of bushels to the soybean crop. But, you know, Friday's report is going to certainly be interesting for both corn and soybeans. Yields are going to come down from last month's report. The question will be is how far does the USDA adjust those yields and compared to what the market is actually trading right now?
A lot of people have been talking about the fact that soybean leaves have started turning color, and they think that they may be off of the plant within a week.
Yeah, we have a lot of clients that are combining right now, and you know, so far the consensus has been the corn yields are good if they planted early enough. If they planted a little bit later, and this would be true for corn or soybeans, there was not enough late season moisture to get that crop to full maturity, or to get the yield to full maturity, and see where we could be as far as our max yield potential. But early planted, it does seem like they had enough subsoil moisture. They were able to use that during some of the stretches of dryness during the summer, and those yields are turning out pretty fantastic.
Okay, we'll come back and we'll take a look at the energy markets, the dollar, the livestock trade, all that stuff when we return after these messages. Earlier, we talked about a big move going on in the value of the dollar, a big move going on in the value of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and a big move in crude oil. Let's run through these real quickly here, get you updated. On the dollar, still sharply higher today. We had September futures on the dollar index now at 93.295, and that is off of its earlier high by a couple hundred points. but still up 500, well, we'll call it 560 points higher right now. So a big time rally in the value of the dollar. Sometimes that can hurt ag export potential. The Dow, kind of taking it on the chin today, down 411 points on the December futures. We also have the nearby September futures. You can take your pick which one you want to follow. That one is down 388 at 27,686. And then a huge move this morning in crude oil. Right now on the West Texas Intermediate crude oil market, you have the nearby October down $3.33 at 36.44 per barrel, and that is kind of translating into some weaker markets, of course, on the diesel fuel prices. Very key, very important for harvest activity now. And October diesel fuel prices down 8.5 cents at 106.7. We'll round it up a little bit there. 106.7 per gallon there. We're talking with Brian Hoops of Midwest Market Solutions. Now, looking at our livestock trade, we're sharply higher in the live cattle market. The nearby is over $1 higher. October up 102 at 105.47 per hundredweight. And on the feeder cattle market today, we have everything a little higher there. October up 70 cents at 139.20 per hundredweight. Let's move on to our lean hog market. And right now, October is down 15 cents at 59.67. That would be about 90 cents off our earlier low of the day. We're off our earlier high this morning by about 60 cents or so. Brian, let's talk about all this wild market activity going on here. It's kind of hard to get a read on what kind of impact all these outside markets are having here on livestock today.
Yeah, all the news is pretty negative for the cattle market. So, of course, the cattle market's going to try and rally off of that negative news. And it, tries to trap a lot of people by doing that. The box beef is probably going to continue to work its way lower. Cash likely to work its way lower as well. And you have a stock market that's down fairly hard this morning. So cattle are trying to bounce. It seems more like just some short covering rally, kind of a dead cat bounce without really longer-term fundamental support to sustain a rally. But you mentioned the higher U.S. dollar. That's the highest level since about August the 21st. So, new highs for this month so far. And, certainly higher prices, if it continues, is going to mean less demand for our U.S. ag products, corn, soybeans, wheat, cattle, and of course, beef and pork. And pork's been heavily dependent upon our exports to other countries, particularly China, at this time of year.
Absolutely, and they had, a yearly high, I believe, last week on pork exports. We'll see if they can get a follow-through this coming week or not, and those numbers should come out on Friday this week. Thank you, Brian, for the time. Appreciate it. Brian Hoops of Midwest Market Solutions in Springfield, Missouri. Christina, back to you.